Right, we should be. Don't worry about that box, that's what the old alternator's in. Rock sliders, excluding the junk in the background. So we're putting the rock sliders on. If I have time, I can be bothered. Steering guard. I'm not going to tie and paint them up just yet. I'm just going to install them for the video. Then at a later date, when I've actually I'll take them off and repaint them. Because when I went on the off-road, as you can see, caught the seal. Door isn't a problem because I've actually got replacement doors to put on it. It's literally just a seal I've hit. I have got some nuts and bolts. These are the ones I've got obviously for my references in case I have to do this again. But M10s. I'm hoping, obviously I might be using them or using Nylox. Hopefully I've got everything correct. If I need to use spacers, I've got washers here. Yeah, so, where is it? That arm goes into this outrigger. Hopefully bolts will go through them holes there.
These are 21s to let you know.
Oh. The bulkhead bolts, like mate, you said, are 21mm. Because then we undo that, and then that's where that one goes. Quick update, what size is that? 19?
19 this side, 20 on the front of the bulkhead.
Right, okay, cool. You've got little bolts all going all down here holding the seal onto the body. Which is, this one's 10mm, I think the rest are rusted 10mm. And it's actually, we're getting somewhere. But what I might do is get a grinder, if we have an operational grinder, and just slice the seals up, because it can't really be repaired, especially this one. He's hurt himself, same as me. But we're getting somewhere. Slowly getting there. Ugh, shadows in the pictures, so it's not very professional. Yeah, not very. We're slowly getting there, chunk by chunk. This is old mate's disco. What junk have we got in here? We've got ripped headlining.
It's perfect, just like me.
Well, from doing the rock sliders, I've noticed that where the rock sliders will be underneath, there's the nut for this bolt. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to paint the floor pan while I can get to the bolt. Once I get the nut, once I get the slider in, I won't be able to actually get to it. I wasn't going to do this yet because I want to do the bulkhead, footwells, floor pan, the transmission tunnel flange, the seat box, and the load bay in this black, excluding the mud obviously. But I wasn't going to do it yet, but it looks like I'll have to. And now the floor pan is out, and that's my chassis rails and the outriggers. Actually in really good condition. Actually, quite surprised. I've actually got a brush. Yeah, I've got a brush. Obviously, it's been back a while. It's a good old clean up. As I can get to it, I'm gonna give this a good old lick of paint. Oh, you dropped it. Outrigger. You would not think this is actually 32 years old. We've painted the rear outrigger. I'm going to give this one a lick of paint before I put it here. And that there is part of my original bulkhead. Yes, I took the floor out because I want to paint the chassis. But as you can see, to be honest, I'm really surprised of how well this actually is clean. Bearing in mind this vehicle, at this precise moment in time, is 32 years old. I've seen a couple of these for sale in different stages of repair, disrepair, usage and whatnot, but I'm pleasantly surprised. And when I've got the money, I'm definitely going to get this in for wax oil, and as you can see, the old stuff's still on there. Well, what started off as me just painting the outriggers so I can put the rock slides on has ended up in me painting, well, yeah. Yeah, I will admit it's not the prettiest, but it's to help protect it. Don't look too bad actually. Well, in the excitement to get this on, I was going to paint and do one side and do the other. I've painted the wrong one. But I've got it just through there, and it's just like that for just so I can have a mock up. But yeah, somehow I've ballsed up and painted the wrong one. Well, the wrong side first. Because I want to do port side then starboard. But I've kind of painted the starboard tree slider. So yeah, when you go to do this, do a dry fit. Don't do what I've done and somehow cock it up. And here we are. The tree sliders are on. Now the difference between actually the rock sliders and tree sliders are, rock sliders are just this bar and tree sliders have this. It's the idea is to push the trees away from the vehicle. So the tree sliders are on. Before I actually mounted these, I did paint the chassis, this side, the mating point on the chassis. I did paint them, and well, sort of went a bit overkill for the paint. I haven't finished painting the chassis, I will admit. I did actually paint these in the paint. You can see it's terrible, but it's to protect it, because I thought, yeah, okay, if it gets a bit, yeah, I need to paint this, but I'm gonna do a different colour. Yeah, I've done that there, as you can see. And wanted to show it off because it took me about 2 days and 2 tins of paint. I had to clean the metal to then prep and paint it. I don't want to do it again. Was I? Oh yeah. The original paint leaves had started to flake. A bit of rust had started showing. So I thought what I'd do is, if I wire brush, paint them, is to protect it. So when I get the chance, I'll get them powder coated. So it'll actually be nice and sweet and actually be neat. But that's them painted. I did actually, excuse all the noise, this is me winch bumper, which has actually came out quite nice actually, to be fair, really quite nice. That's probably the worst bit with the winch, that you won't see it. Because from that off-roading event where I clipped that bumper, it's pushed the bloody wing in. So I need to get the wing out, wing off, and actually panel beat it back straight. So I'm really not looking forward to it, I'll be honest. There is a few more bits I want to do to this. I'll be sorting the winch out. I won't be just bunging the winch on any old how. I want to have it so that it's got a isolator, a fuse, obviously needs a fuse because of any electrical system, an isolator so that I can turn it off so don't actually be wearing the battery out. I have ordered new dry flanges because they're buggered, as you can see. Well, so this is the other side. I've got doors, actually, yeah, doors. There's a lot going on in the world of James. It's all at once here. That there is an alley protector to go on the back door because I want to tighten up. Yeah, it's ugly down there, but it's just, you know, I've got the doors which they're actually being protected. It's not just got stuff chucked on it. So I've got both the doors. As you can see, this door's a bit creased and the other door's a bit buggered. I've got a spare glass in case I somehow smash one. I've got a bonnet protector. Now this bonnet protector, it actually goes, it's not the one that goes in the centre. That's personally what I wanted. I want the one in the bonnet in the centre because I like the shape. I put it on, it looked right. I put the one that's in the back of that in here, I put that on, and personally I really like it because it actually goes where the rivet holes are. So it goes all the way across and comes down here. I didn't like it originally. When I put it on, just to see what it would look like, I thought that actually looks quite nice. I've got both wing protectors to put on here. So I've got to do that because the wing protectors I've got is a bit longer than this. It goes all the way to the edge, I believe. I don't know if it comes down here, I'm not too sure. But they're a matching set, and unfortunately it's different to that one, they're bigger. So I've got to get that one off and I put the matching ones on. I've got to put the bonnet protector one on. I'll be doing a winch. I've got a wading blanket to put on. What else have I got? Oh, the dry flanges. Now, it's supposed to be a little video about the tree sliders. I sort of just let the camera roll. My thinking, I want to have the wheels. Yes, I will be painting the rims black, matching. The other ones are actually at home. Just, I was getting ready to paint. Then I end up painting the chassis, but that's more important to get them mounted because that's more important. I can always do the wheels at a later date. I've sort of got out of hand to start painting the chassis. From here, it's absolutely lovely. Anyway, right, paintwork. I've been thinking of this idea for such a long while because what's letting this down big time, it is the paintwork. And I've had some ideas of thinking either a black. I like the blacks, but when these are heavily modified in matte black, I find they tend to look smaller. I found that out with a chopper of mine, a chopper motorcycle. I've done the frame black. It was blue, lovely blue, and I've done it black, and I truthfully regret it because it makes the bike look like it's like a push bike. It's a skinny bike now. But that aside, I'm thinking I like the gloss blacks, but they show up any gloss colour will show up any little scratch. So you're thinking gloss black, matte black, raptor black, matte green, raptor green, which I was thinking about, but then you're going to. That's a civilian vehicle, by the way. It's not an ex-military. It's civilian. You'll have the whole. People think, oh, it's ex-military. So I want something custom, but something that's not so much different, but different custom different. So I thought to myself, how about I do some sort of camo that isn't the typical like army camo, but try and do it so it's sort of a grass camo. It's sort of like if you think of like a fishing camo and your fishing gear, or a hunting one, that's what I'm thinking. So it sort of will have sort of like a grassy effect, sort of like a tree or something like that. So it looks like a nature camo. Not very helpful here, am I? I want a camo, but not a camo, but a camo. So that's sort of my thinking here. It's probably a long-winded video now, but drop in the comments what colour you think I should do. I am leaning towards a grassy camo, sort of like the background. But how I'm thinking of doing it, I think this camera's probably zoomed really far in, but I can't actually zoom it out. Budget. The budget life, hey. I might get a sticker on that saying budget. But whatever I do, I'll be doing this on my own. Inexperienced. So I thought if I do the matte, yeah, I can do it. You have to roll the stuff all with house paint. But I was thinking if I did the earthly camo, I think I might be able to pull it off. It might not be perfect, but it'd be something unique. I know loads of other people have done it. Obviously, loads of other YouTubers would have done it to their defenders or 4x4s, quads or whatever. But I'm thinking, could I actually do it? The only problem will be if I change a door, it's not going to match up. But I'm not going to do it where I need a selfie stick. I'm not going to do it where it's sort of like this bit here, then there. I'm going to cover the windows, the lights, and the door handle, and just do it as one whole unit going across, so it's to blend in. See, because like the lines, you can spot them a mile off. But if I've done it so that it's all blended in, sort of like it's surrounded. Ooh, funky apple. That side. But drop in your comments, what you think I should do. So I'm liking the gloss blacks, but it'll show up if it's a road point, never go off road, and then yeah, I'd go for it, no hesitation. I'm more leaning towards the like the background, that sort of like the fishing camo. But yeah, drop in the comments what you think. It's supposed to be about 10-second video, I've ended up being nearly a bit longer. Yeah, drop in the comments what you think. So that's what I'll be doing, like the flanges. And before people ask, there's different types of flanges. I'll see if I can get hold of some old 300 TDI ones, and you'll see the difference. Because if these are the early ones, I think if it's pre-1993, I think you've got the early ones, which are thicker flanges. But when I come to do it, if I can get an old 300 TDI flange, I will actually do a comparison, but that's if I can. But someone out there would have a buggered one somewhere because they're not good for anything. So yeah, drop in the comments what colour, and hopefully I'll be able to make a video on it. I don't know where I'll do it though. I'd have to sort of see about renting the unit, but I'll think of something.